Well, ready, set, go. You are all welcome to this wonderful webinar called the Tech Biz Transformational Series. So, like we've always said, Tech Biz was created to help people to build, to adapt, and to thrive. During the COVID times, we realized that there was a serious lack of quality information out there that people could use, that entrepreneurs and people and business people needed to use to grow significantly and bridge the skills gaps. So that's why we decided to create the Tech Biz Transformation Series to make sure that people of all strata of society have access to top class information. You have access to top class talents, to top class authorities in every industry. That's why we have people like Ms. Precious today, who is the digital marketing and sales mogul. So Precious is going to join us and she's going to help us unravel the strategies that we need to get to that next level in our business growth. So hello, Precious. How are you doing today?
Hello, thank you. I'm fine, thank you. Elvis.
Yeah, we're glad to have you here today once again. So I was just telling people how it's been a great year so far, and we've somehow consistently gotten a lot of experts like you week in, week out, every Thursday for months on end. And we're glad to be able to end this year on a note. And we're very sure that today's lecture is going to be a very transformational one. So today, Precious, like I said, Precious is going to take us on marketing strategies that you can use to grow your business to that very next level.
Okay, so good evening, everybody. I believe you can hear me. But first of all, if you guys can hear me, just type in the chat. Say yes, you can hear me. Say yes, you can hear me. You guys know how marketers used to behave. I am not going to, it's not going to be like a sleeping dull kind of section. This is marketing, and we all know that marketing is the only thing that can bring sales. So if you do your marketing right, definitely sales will come. Okay, okay, you can hear me. I love that. I love that. I want to officially introduce myself. Thank you for everybody that tested. You can hear me. In fact, I really want a conversational section. Okay. I believe that the organizer at the end of this section, there's going to be a question, but try as much as possible to be active. Okay. Don't be that person. In fact, don't be that guy that will just stay like this and say, you know, don't be that person. You need to be active here. You need to just stay with us, match up with our vibes. And I can tell you that by the end of this, you are going to have a working strategy to grow your business. Okay, so if you can see my screen, type in the chat. If you can see my screen, I want to carry everybody along. And like I said, I am going to be very, very fast. I wouldn't want to waste your time. All I want to achieve here at the end of the day is to give you a workable marketing strategy. In fact, I am going to, in fact, what I used in this, the practical examples I used in this is actually from my own strategy, like what I did when I was starting my business. And like I said, I am going to be giving you something that will start working for you. And I don't really know the business you are into, whether you are selling physical products or whether you are selling digital products, whether you are offering services, whichever one. All I know is that this is going to work for you, okay? And this is my own strategy when I was starting. I believe that we also have startups here. And at the end of today, you are going to be blessed. All right. So today is about building effective marketing strategy in business. Like you guys already know, my name is Precious. And what I call myself Precious is everything marketing. What I do basically is help you sell. I help you create that marketing strategy that will lead to sales. And guess what? selling is the only language every entrepreneur wants to hear. At the end of the day, that is the only language you want to hear. And the truth is that if you are not selling, you are not in business, because selling is the only thing that guarantees your business. And sometimes I used to tell people that if you are not in business, if you are not selling, you are definitely going out of business. And some people will be like, you are too blunt. Precious, you want to kill me? I don't want to kill you. I just want to wake you up to reality. You need to understand what is going on. Selling is the only thing that guarantees you your business. And marketing is the thing that will bring the sales and make it happen. All right. So I'm super excited that I am having these sections with you guys about 70 beautiful entrepreneurs all over the world. Now let's do this. So this is what I'm going to be covering in this section. We're going to be looking at what is marketing, and we're going to be looking at defining marketing as a process. We're going to be looking at why marketing is important. Then the game changer for me is building an effective marketing strategy. I believe that everybody would like to hear that. And I don't know if there is going to be time. I am going to give you guys a bonus because this is Christmas. I have to give you, I'm not a mother Christmas, right? I'm not a mother. I don't know if I'll call myself a mother. I'm a mother, actually. So I'm going to be a mother Christmas. If we have time, I am going to give you guys a bonus. And this is a practical step to take down your competitors. In fact, you have to outshine them. Now let's get it to the business. So what is actually marketing? Yes, the topic of today is marketing strategy, but I want to start with the marketing thing, because sometimes when people hear about, especially startups, when they hear about marketing, like, you just feel like they don't really understand what the whole thing is all about, what marketing is all about, okay? They don't understand how to plan their own marketing to make it profitable for their business. And I am going to be saying this. I am a very, very super duper blunt marketer. So I don't know. I am going to plead with you guys. You guys you have to tolerate my blunt aspect of my life. In fact, I want to apologize in advance. So if I'm going to be saying something that is going to be choking you, like, this woman is trying to, she's just saying it. In fact, if you are going to be on the table, I might remove the one leg just now. But after that, at the end, it's going to be a blessing to you. Come on. So like I said, we're going to be talking about marketing. Marketing is the act of creating a genuine customer values and customer experience. Now, this is what people think that marketing is. People think that when it comes to marketing, marketing is the act of finding like a clever or just a separate ways of disposing your product, and that is why some people will just start a business today, and they will come to me. Precious is marketing. Good day. Please, I want to run ad. This, I'm just telling you guys an example, like a reality. This is what I go. People come to me on daily basis. You will see somebody that just started their business now. Because social media made it in a way, like social media gave us the leverage, to do our businesses anywhere we are. So some people will just start a business, and the next thing is, I want to start selling. No. I don't know if you are in that position, but like I said, marketing is not finding that clever and more deeper ways to start selling the product. If you want to actually run a proper marketing in your own establishment, it must have to come with finding customers' value, because at the end of the day, customers are the ones that will hand you see the millions you are looking for now. You see the thousands or the billions that you want to make from the business. It must have to come from customers. And the best thing is for you to create a genuine marketing customers experience. Okay, because some of us, what we do is, even those people that that will manage and sell, what they do is immediately they collect money from a client. That's end. Madam, go your way. I'm going my way. That, like, the transaction, the relationship ends because they believe that you have paid me now, me, I've delivered. So end of it. Now, if you understand marketing, I can tell you that there is no day that you won't sell your product because you understand the steps. So if you are still thinking that marketing is finding a way, like running a sponsor that immediately you started your business, or trying to pay influencers, we do all this all the time, or you started your business now, you are already looking for a blogger, to pay so that they will advertise your product. You can sell anyways, no doubt. If your product is good, if people find it funny, like if you find it good and solving their problems, definitely they are going to buy. Okay, but let's look at it in a more strategic aspect. Marketing is the art of creating genuine customer values. At the end of the day, what you should center your mind is achieving that customer's value, like trying to communicate that values, whatever it is that your product is actually doing for people. You have to communicate it to those people. And this, at the end of the day, you are creating a good customer experience. And now guess what? After that transaction, these people will keep coming back. Okay, so that is marketing. Now let's move forward to defining marketing as a process. Now I coin out something like a step-by-step that will carry you, that even if you are just starting your business now, this step is going to carry you through. It's going to walk you through. It's going to hold you by the hands and make you understand what you should be doing. And this season is actually the best for you. Do you know why I said that? Because very soon, like this week or next week, some people will be traveling for a holiday, to to strategize. And if you have been in business, and your business is not really doing well, after today, I believe that you guys came here with a writing material. Type in the chat if you are here with your writing material. Type in the chat if you know that you are here with your writing material. Because what I'm giving you is actually what you should be paying for. But you have to thank the organizers of Eco Innovation, right? They are the ones that is giving you this opportunity for you to grow your business. So I'm going to be looking at the chats. Let me be looking at some people. Let me know if some people actually came here with their writing material, okay? Good. Okay, now my ginger. So now my ginger is just, it just went from 100 to 1 million. Now I'm going to spill a whole lot of things. All right. Okay, I did. Okay, now, like I said, even if you are new here, even if you are just starting your business, this is going to work for you. Now, I am defining marketing as a process. Now, let's take it from the start. Marketing is studying a customer's behavior. Now, wait, I'm going to give you guys a reference to this, because most of the time, what we do is, because we have money, or because our husband is there and your husband is supporting you to start a business. Now, what you do is, husband, give me money. Husband will give you money. And the next thing, when you've entered into business without even knowing if there is a market for you, without even knowing if this market is really moving, without even knowing if you have an opportunity, like that is a problem, or there are people that seriously needs this, whatever it is you want to sell to them, whether maybe an online course, or maybe a book, or maybe a product, or maybe your services, anything, you have to. This is the first step. So even if you are already in business and you are noticing some lapses, let's just take it from the start. Let's just say that we are just hitting a reset button. Understanding a customer's behavior. You have to study your customer's behavior. All right. You have to study your customer's behavior, because at the end of the day, you can't just come and throw in a product like that. You can't, you have to do some research. You have to do this research so that you know that, okay, this business, at least there are market, like we have market for this. We have people that seriously need this business. Now, let me tell you guys the story when I was starting my business, when I wanted to start my business. Please, this is my story. It's funny. It's funny and it's emotional, kind of. Okay. But the reason why I always say this, so that even if you are finding yourself in my position, or maybe right now you are in the position that I was like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, you can still find hope for yourself. So this is what happened to me, Precious East Marketing. I am a wife. I'm a mother of 4 boys. So I've been in this business, this supermarket business, and it had just happened that I was pregnant as of that time. So and my husband was trying to travel out of the country. So I actually, you know, I was running my business. I never knew that I could just do my business online. So I started getting people to help me. I would get this sales girl. The sales girl will come and eat the money, chop the one that they can chop. And they would just, I would fire the person. And I'll get another one until I even got in-laws and they even finished the whole thing. I have to pack up and come back. Now, I packed everything and I lost about 2.5 million in that business. I didn't see anything. I didn't see 1 naira. Like, it was just like, this is a supermarket. The remaining things, I have to pack it to my house and we finished it. Now, here is what really happened. When I was coming online, when I heard about, okay, the first day I came to social media, I happened to find this lady. I believe everybody would know her. Laura Ikeji. So she was actually talking about how you can make money online. And that time I was really interested in anything that is going to give me money because my husband just traveled. I'm not expecting much from him as of that time. How am I going to do? What am I going to do? So then the lady now said that you can actually start a business online just by, your talent. Your talent. You can start a business. Maybe your talent can give you money, or maybe your passion can give you money. So it was just like a go back and start working for me. I went back and I started saying, which one is actually my talent now? And this is a question I asked myself for like 3 months. Which one is even my talent? I started looking for my talent for 3 months. I couldn't find any talent. I know how to sing, but the population, people are already, like, the people that can sing, they are millions. Even people that, when you listen to them, you just fall. Oh my God, there are so many. And I started looking for my talent. 3 months, I came back online. And I also heard her that she said, okay, maybe you should try passion. If talent to give you money, at least passion or the skills or so many things. So there's one thing I always love doing. So and that thing was helping people. In fact, this is my calling. I love helping people. I don't know, God always put me in a situation where people will ask me for something and always provide. So coming online, I started asking myself, how can I monetize this helping people? To be honest, as you're seeing me now, I can still boldly tell you that I don't know what my talent, like I can't find talent anywhere. I don't know, but the passion in me is what I actually monetized. Now, this is what happened. When I went back and I started asking myself, how am I going to make money from my passion? Now, it occurred to me that I can really help people. Now, I started asking myself, what kind of people should I help? There are so many people seeking for help. Just like in your marketing now, or some people that are just starting their business, you just started a business without knowing the kind of people that you are going to solve their problem, or without knowing if you really have the market for this. So what I did was I went to one website like that, and I believe we might be familiar with that website. It's called Naira Land. So when I went, I started seeing people's questions. It was just like every time when I went there, I would see entrepreneurs thinking, how can I run ad? How can I grow my business? How can I make sales? How can I do this? How can I do that? And let me tell you something. When I'm a full-time marketer, even before I became a certified marketing strategist, I have been in business for, like, I have done so many type of business. So in me, I was like, maybe this is my calling. Now that I know that there are people, there are entrepreneurs trying to sell online, trying to grow their business, trying to run ad. So I now said to myself, I have found my niche. I have found the people that I'm supposed to help. Now, in that thing you're doing, I don't know if you did this research, but first of all, you need to know, you need to study, your customers. You need to study them so that you can be able to create a desired product for them. So in my own case, I found people that I want to solve their problem. And they are entrepreneurs just like you. And guess what? I started creating digital products. I started creating products that will solve the problem. So right now in your business, maybe you're going to go back and do some reviewing. You have to study your customer. You have to know what is happening with them so that you can be able to come back as a pro and create a product that is going to match up with the solutions that you have. All right. So many of us didn't really do that. And I can tell you, it's one of the problems you're currently having in your business. So the earlier you do this, the better for you. I know you want to sell. In fact, if you say how to sell on Instagram, if you guys notice as an entrepreneur, anytime you see any ebook or webinar that says how to sell, people used to jump on it. Yes, I know you want to sell, but can we just take a few steps backward and do our background check better? And that background check is you have to study your customers' behavior. You have to know what is working for them. You have to know what they are saying currently about the business. Now, let's just say that you are into a weight loss or you want to start a weight loss business. You can't just come and introduce slimming tea for us. You can't just come because you don't know. You might not know what people are actually going through or what your competitors, people that are already in the business. You have to look at it very well. Look at what people are saying about the business that you want to journey into. No way, okay, if you can be able to identify that, okay, people are, yes, they want slimming tea, but maybe they want it this way, or maybe they want a customized diet. So when you go back, after doing this research, then you will come back with the solution, with the exact solution that will match people's problem. Now, here is the thing. The reason why you're not selling is because there are so many reasons you're not selling. But let me just talk about this one. Whenever a solution, a problem meets solution, is going to click. A typical example of that is that if you are having malaria, for example, and you just went to Lagos, maybe I don't know much about Lagos because I'm not in Lagos, but let me just use maybe a popular market. I just went to the market and you are hearing people selling, all these people selling abo, and they are saying, this thing will cure your malaria. This thing will, subconsciously, because you have malaria, you are going to turn. True or false? I want to ask this question, really. You are having malaria, okay? Maybe you've taken so many drugs, it's not working for you. Now, you just happen to find yourself in the market. And all these people selling abo, these people that used to stop, and they will just cause one unnecessary hold up in the streets. They are saying, this traditional herbal is good. Listen, even if you don't want to do that, but because you had malaria and this thing is going to cure your malaria, subconsciously you are going to get attracted. I want to check the comment, the chat, because this is just the truth. The reason why you're not selling is because you are not matching this problem with the solution. People have problem already, so your solution must match up with what people want to see. People want to see to be cured of the malaria. So if you are telling them that, hey, this abo will cure your malaria, they are going to stop. I'm not saying that they will come, but subconsciously they are going to turn because it's their problem. Okay, because it's their problem. Now let me tell you another one from me. I am a business coach, so most of the time when I say how to run ad and grow your business, you can make 7 figures, people will turn because of what is their problem. Now, guess what? Everybody would not turn because everybody doesn't have the problem. And you also need to know that it is not everybody that's going to buy your product because of what? Because everybody doesn't have the problem. And you cannot solve everybody's problems, okay? So the next one is, after you have created a desired product for these people, the next thing is you have to communicate the values of this product to people. How do you do that? Content marketing. How do you do that? Content marketing. Listen, this is what I've noticed that almost 90% of Nigerian entrepreneurs are doing. they are into selfish marketing. I'm so sorry, really. I'm so sorry, but I have to hit the nail like on top. They are into selfish marketing. It's just about me, myself, and my product. Like me. Like everything is about them, about them. How do you know? They woke up in the morning, it's about them. Buy my product. Afternoon, buy my product. At the night, buy my product. Like everything is about them. How many of you are on this table? I want to remove one leg just now so that some people will start falling. I wait before they wake up. Okay. All right. I don't know. Please, people should give me time. Oh, give me time. I told you.
No, you have no. Please take your time.
Okay. Okay. So it is just about me, and me. It is called selfish marketing. Now, if you are into this selfish marketing, please, this is not a time. Do you know why? Because competition is too much. Everybody is seeking for the same piece of cake as you. Do you know the piece of cake? Customers. Your competitors and you are fighting for the visibility. They are fighting for attraction, attention, and all of them. So the strategy is, how can I get ahead? How can I get ahead? Now, this one said that you have to communicate the values of your product to the people through content marketing. Now, I have to say something, okay? Please, I really want, and how many of us are here? I think we're 90 something. Now, I want to ask a valid question here. I want everybody to just jump on it, just say something. If two of us are into business coach, okay, I'm going to use Elvis and May. So we are marketers, okay? And what Elvis does every morning is to advertise his courses. So every morning, Elvis will say, buy my course, it's going to give you 10 million. And tomorrow, Elvis will say, buy my online, with my ebook, pay for my webinar, pay for this, pay for that. Listen, I'm not saying that he's not going to sell, but compare that with me. If I wake up in the morning and my first content is how to grow your business, or let me just use something actionable. How to sell your products, or 5 steps to sell your digital product in 10 minutes. It's a free tips of 5 steps on how to sell your digital product in 10 minutes. Now, I want to ask you guys a question. Considering the economy and how Nigeria is right now, which one do you think, like as an entrepreneur, you know, we are fighting for the same customers. So the strategy he's using is buy my product. That's a selfish marketing. While I am using, when I'm more into content marketing, creating educative content that will resonate with people. Now, if you are an entrepreneur, which is our target market, which one are you going to get attracted into, like almost immediately? Which one? I don't know. Let me open my chat. Can we be conversational? Please, you guys shouldn't dull my spirit though. Don't dull my spirit though. Me, I'm just a radical person. When it comes to marketing, I'm giving you, I don't want to confuse you. I don't do that. Rather, I'm always more, I'm going to simplify it the way that everybody will love it, all right? So which one are you going to go for? Definitely, it's going to be my own. Because, do you know number one thing? It's free. We love free things in this country. It's free. Just like all of you are into this class for free. If you say, pay for this class, you will see that people that will pay for it will just be limited. Like, it's not everybody, which I understand, come on. It's not everybody will pay for this, okay? So because it's free, everybody want to come. Now, guess what? If at the end now, Elvis is now saying, okay, let's just say, if at the end, we just entered into this class, and at the end, and I'll say, I have a book, or I have a course that will take you step by step, that will carry you in the hands and show you how to achieve this. And the cost is $10. Even if I said the cost is $20, even if I said the cost is $30, because I have gotten your attention, you might not bother. Like, it might not really pain you to pay me, because do you know one thing? Because I have at least shown you that I understand you. I have shown you that I know your problem. I have shown you that I can help you. So in your own case, go back to your marketing and ask, how am I communicating the values of my product to people? All right. How am I doing that? Now, the last one in here is creating a long-term customer relationship through retention. Creating a long-term customer relationship through retention. How do you do that? Okay. Now that, just like I said in the beginning, some people, what they do is, after the transaction ended, you've paid me and I've delivered. And if you understand marketing as a process, you will know that you are going to, that like, it is not just about the instant transaction. It's about the next step, because there's something we don't know. You see that one person, you see that one customer that you have. This one customer can get you millions. This one customer can refer you to their friends. This one customer can keep coming back if you know the right retention strategy to keep them. Now, this is something I usually tell my people in my coaching platform. I tell them, enough of looking for customers. Sorry, look for friends. Start looking for friendship online. Now, I don't know, you might agree with me or not, but I'm giving you something that is working for me. I don't know how to give instances with what, like a random thing. I use something that has worked for me. I'm using something that has worked for my people that I've coached. And I'll tell them, stop looking for customers. Look for friendship. Looking for friendship, when, you know, I don't know you, you don't know me. Let's not forget about that. This is social media. There are scammers everywhere. And guess what? In this country, Nigeria, I don't know about you, but I don't want anybody to scam my 100 naira. I don't know about you. I don't want anybody to scam my 100 naira. So I am very, very intentional when it comes to dealing with people. My eyes very open, because I don't want anybody to scam me. Now, here is the thing. This is exactly this thing going on in your customer's mind. So instead of looking for customers, I don't know, start looking for friends. Build a relationship, because one customer can go back and become your evangelist. And this one customer will start winning souls for you. Oh my God. Let's move forward. Okay, so I used Coca-Cola to give a direct reference to this. I use Coca-Cola to give a direct reference to this. You know, when I talked about knowing researching your customers' behavior, now this is what that is practical. Everybody knows about Coca-Cola, you know. So now this is what Coca-Cola did. When they researched, I believe that Coca-Cola was there before we were born. Yeah, I don't know about you, but I know that very drink is my senior, you know, is my senior. Like, I respect the drink very well. Now, here is the thing. These people has been there. And when it comes to building an effective marketing strategy, I think that they did excessively well. How? When they start noticing that people are complaining of Coke and too much sugar. In fact, sugar all the time, you know, and this thing gave rise to diabetes. And I am so going to say this. My mom got diabetes through this Coke, because I'm the last child and I am very close to my mother. My mom is back then, anytime my mom is eating, she would take Coke. Like, it's been there. Like, this is her thing. And I don't really know the effect, but it is playing out now with the whole diabetes thing. Now, this is a typical example of what these people did. When they start noticing that this is against some people's health, what they did was they went back and they did their research, and they come back introducing zero sugar. I believe everybody have seen this, zero sugar. Okay. They went back and introduced zero sugar. And again, there's also something that they noticed. They also noticed that some people just believe that, you know, the Coke thing is actually much because I think the gas or whatever, I don't really know. But people don't used to finish them. Somebody like me, I can't finish one. So what they also did there is they went back and they brought a smaller bottle, a medium one, and the maxi. So there is no way you want to drink Coke. Now you want something to refresh or refreshment, and maybe you really want to take Coke. It's either you are going for the smallest can or maybe any one that you feel like you can consume. So they did a top-notch strategy in this. Now, why am I bringing this here? The fact is that your business right now, you're going to go back and do some research and reviewing. Okay, you need to understand what people are actually saying about the product that you are offering people. All right. Let me tell you, a typical example of that is about my course. There was a time I created an online course that is called How to Create Advert Yourself. So when I introduced that course last year, I noticed that, you know, the course is just everywhere. People were creating courses on how to run advert yourself. But guess what I noticed? I noticed that even people that were creating adverts themselves, they don't really understand the kind of content they should be using for their ad. So even those people that bought some courses, they came back to me and said, please teach me how to create ads. So when I started noticing that a lot of people are coming back to me for me to teach them how to create ads. And when I asked them, they will still tell me that I have bought this course before. In fact, one lady taught us how to do this. In fact, we had one live webinar like that. We have this, we have that. And I noticed that this is a problem. They don't know the content or the best content to use for their ad. So this is what I did. I went back and I relaunched my course. Now, in this case, I added how to create irresistible content for your ad. And guess what? That thing was the trigger in that course. And if anybody comes across it and sees that how to create irresistible ad content for your ad, they jump on it. And I think I said something about it and the latest about that course as we progress. So I believe that you understand what is marketing and you can go back and do some researching and know what is actually trending. And again, what is happening in the business you are into and what people are actually saying, people's behavior, what they are saying about the product you're offering, so that you can be able to go and come back with the solution to their exact problem. Now, let's move on to the next section, which is why is marketing very important? Why is marketing very important? Now, I understand. Before I start, let me take a deep breath. This is section 2. Me, I'm dramatic, but let's continue.
Very needed.
Okay. So why is marketing so important? Why is marketing so important? Now, listen. If you are one of those people that started your business without a proper marketing research, I believe it's telling in your marketing, in your results right now. If you started your business just because you have money, or because your husband is there, can give you the capital, or because you just have money, you can just do it. You just started your business just like that. I want to ask you, how is the result now? You can answer yourself, it's just a personal question, just give yourself that answer. If you started your business just like that, without the steps, how is the result? How is it playing out? Okay, because you can make so many mistakes. But let me tell you, there was a time when I was having my one-on-one coaching, one-on-one marketing strategy section. There's this lady, she is in Delta State. Now, she is selling eyelashes in Delta State. She told me that she started that business 2 years ago. I think that session was this year. She started the business 2 years ago. And I asked her, okay, so what is happening in the business? And she said, ever since then, she's not making sales. She's not making sales. She's not making sales. And this is what I observed from the business. this is what she's doing is, what she's selling is eyelashes, right? And we have to be very intentional when it comes to the research. Now, if I ask you, if you're a lady here, and I'm asking, I want to ask, please answer me this question if you're a lady. The people that sells eyelashes now, or how will I put this question? The way that people understand what I really want to push out there. Let me just go forward. Okay. So the people, the entrepreneurs that deals more on this eyelashes thing, or the people that this business moves better for, are makeup artists, right? Are makeup artists. Makeup artists are the people that can sell this because they have so many ways they can sell that. If you're a lady here, you will attest to this. Because as a makeup artist, people can just come to you and, and after your makeup, they can easily buy the lashes. Now, here is the thing. This lady, she is into this business, selling it in Delta State, and she's not making sales because she failed to understand that it's not really common, right, these days for some people, for a lady to order eyelashes just like that. Okay, maybe I'm in Lagos and I'm ordering your eyelashes, 2,000 naira, and I will pay for delivery fee from Lagos, from Delta to Lagos. It's not realistic. Come on, it's not realistic. If had it been she is a makeup artist, I believe that it would have worked better for her. So she started this business without researching how. She saw one celebrity like that selling it, that just jumped into eyelashes business. And this celebrity started giving them distributors rates, and they jumped on it. I said, you jumped on it. You are not a makeup artist. You don't have a salon. You don't have this. You just started a business without a proper research. Now, guess what? She has tons of eyelashes, more than 5,000 pieces. This is what I told her. Madam, you have to start going to makeup artists and start selling to them, because it is not common. Like these days, eyelashes is something that I don't really have to buy. If I want to make up, maybe I'm going somewhere and I just need to glam myself, I can easily get that from a makeup artist that will do the whole job for me. So there is no proper researching. So this is what not having a proper marketing research could do for your business. It's going to waste your money. It's going to waste your time. Like it's just going to hit you on square one. It will just land you on square one. Because of what? There is no proper research for this. So if you are in business, maybe you've started already, just think about it. You don't have a marketing plan. You don't have, you don't do this marketing research. This is the time, okay? This is the time. As we're going for this holiday, I think that 2021 is going to be a survival of the fittest. Like it's going to be too realistic for people. A lot of people will start a business. Even you are saying that your business is competitive. You are going to see more people that will join in the business you're doing. So what are you going to do? You have to do your marketing right. You have to come prepared, because if you are not, people will carry that your tiny strategy and they will throw it off the window. Yes, your competitors will outshine you if you are not doing your marketing right. And guess what again? If you look at what is happening now, compared what we used to have in 20 years ago, you notice that it is no more the same. Why? The technology, that we have now gave rise to competition. Now, guess what? People can easily start a business even from their home this time around. We all know that back 20 years, 10 years, a lot of people, before you start a business, you have to consider bringing out money, pay for store, So if you cannot fit the whole bills, you will just relax. If you can't fit the whole bills, you will just relax. But nowadays, the technology gave rise to so many competitions. Even the mini importation just 2 years ago, I think everybody now is an importer. And everybody is now importing. The technology gave rise to competition. And again, it also gave rise to consumers. It gave consumers a leverage. It is like your consumers now, it is not just you. They have so many options. So if you are not doing it right, they are going to move over to the next person. Now, guess what? I don't know where you are dominating. I don't know the platform you're using. Maybe you're on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter or YouTube. Now, guess what? You see that people following you. They are also following your competitors. So if you are not doing it right, then you are leaving money on the tables of your competitors because people will choose them, not you. Okay, so it is very important because you have competitions, because the technology gave rise to consumers' leverage. It gives them power to decide. Come on, if it's not you, it's somebody else. So if you want it to be you, you have to do things right. You have to do things right. If you want me to choose you, then you must have to make yourself available in order for me to choose you. If not, your competitor is right there trying to get my attention. So you are fighting for the same piece of cake with others. All right. So if you do your marketing right, then you will have the leverage, you will have the upper hand. And guess what? At the end, you will be the choosing one. So let's move forward to the next one, which is building an effective marketing strategy. Like I said, this is the game for me. Like, you know, there is this thing that is going online now. People will say, this is it for me. This is it for me now. This is it for me. And before I start, I'm going to also take a deep breath, because in this one, I literally give out my own strategy. And like I said, I am handing you over my strategy. If you are a course creator, if you are selling products, you are offering services, if you come down and take this strategy step by step, trust me, you will go back. And at the end of the day, you are going to see massive results. So the first thing I have in here is building an effective marketing strategy. First thing first is pre-launching marketing strategy. Okay, so let's just say that you want to introduce a product, or you want to launch an online course, or you just want to, you know, start a business. So whether you are already in business or you want to start a business, whichever one you want to relaunch, anyhow, let's take it as a step at a time. Two things is needed here. Okay, this is what you are going to do for your research. Sorry, let me take water. Sorry, so let's continue. So two things is needed here. Number one thing that you should be very conscious about is, who are this product for? The product that you want to launch, the course that you want to launch, whatever it is that you want to bring out to the market, who are those people for? Like, what the product you want to launch, who is it for? Okay, and what problem is this product solving for people? These two questions would change the game for you. If you can be able to get this stage right, definitely, it is a game changer. If you can be able to know who is this product for, then you would know your target market, know the people that you are creating this product for. Just like me, when I was creating my course, I already know. I just want to talk to people, small businesses, startups. I don't even want people that have been in business, that have grown so much in business. I just want startups. And I created a course that, you know, that solved their problem, their immediate problem. Everybody want to get their product out there. Okay, and I did that. I achieved that. And I'm going to show you guys the results at the end of this. So this is what happened. If you can be able to identify your target market, you need to know your customer avatar. Who am I selling this product for? Who is it for? Okay, identify this stage. Then what problem am I solving for them? Come on, if you are selling skincare products and somebody is asking, and you want to undergo these two questions, you're asking yourself, who is this product for? Guess what? Categorizing a skincare product is wrong. Do you know why? Because the problem you are solving for people might just be exactly the same thing others are doing. Now, let's take, for instance, I actually brought this thing to use. Okay, so this is one of the products that I use. And this is, I don't know the name. I don't even want to give them the visibility. I don't even want to talk about them, but I use this product. Now, this is a one oil like that. All right. So let's assume that you are a skincare brand and you want to introduce a new product, which is this. So the first question is, who is this thing for? Then the content of this, what is it solving for people? You know, if I'm a lady generally, yes, you are talking to ladies or guys, but let's assume that this is a face cream or a knuckle, a knuckle stuff. What's it called? What they call it? A knuckle cleanser. I don't know. A knuckle cleanser, kinda. So this knuckle cleanser, you are looking for those ladies that have these issues. Okay. So the problem is going to solve for people is that it's going to help them clear all their dark knuckles without any side effect. So now, if you can be able to identify these people, coining out a marketing message wouldn't be so hard for you. Because when this is where people get it all wrong, you are not selling to everybody. Come on, everybody doesn't have the problem that you want to solve. You are talking to a certain people that got the problems, and this is your solution. All right. So that is why I am using this as a reference in this case. This is a knuckle cleanser. You are talking to ladies that have this knuckle issue, and you are telling them that by using this, it's going to clear all their knuckle, maybe in so and so time, without any side effect. So this is a game changer for you. If you can be able to identify the people that you want to sell to and the problems, you have to list it out, the problem that you are going to solve for them, then it is going to give you a leverage where your competitors might be, generalizing their message. You know the people that you want to solve their problem. And guess what? Some people might not really have a skin issues, but they might have the knuckle problems. So you are talking to people only with knuckle problems, not a general skin care issues. All right. So there's something again that I have here that I also want to talk about. Okay, so this thing says that I actually got these statistics. It says that company loses money, because of lack of marketing research. And at the end of the day, if you are part of that, I don't know, I believe that this is just a random, I researched about this statistics. It's just a random. I don't know if it is this year. Okay, but it says that 80% of new product fails because of lack of marketing research. 50% of new brands, they fail even when they advertise. And this is exactly what goes on in this time, because I am in a position, I see this happen all the time. Some people will start a business today and they just want to advertise. And some people will say, I have lost money in advertisements. In fact, I paid someone to run advert for me, 20,000, 100,000, and it didn't generate any sales. That's because you are lacking behind. You don't know, you don't know your marketing message. You've not coined an irresistible marketing message for your brand. And these two questions will help you. If you know the people that you are talking to and you know exactly the problem you're solving for them, it will give rise to a better marketing message that will get to people and that will resonate with people. All right. Now let's move forward. The next thing I want to talk about here is building a marketing strategy that works using this AVSD. Okay, it's actually 5, but I'm going to talk about 3. A, V, D, S, and E, but I will talk about 3 in this section. Okay, so this is a practical strategy that I am currently using and is working for me. And guess what? My students are also using them and is working for them. So the first thing in here is A, which is the arena, V, which is the vehicle, and D, which is the differentiator. Starting with the arena, the first question is, what business would you be into? Let's just say you are starting your business newly. So you're asking yourself, what business am I going to do? What problems am I going to be solving for people? What social media am I dominating first? Because anyway, this social media thing is really important. You have to know where your target markets are. If they are more on Facebook, then you have to also grow a presence on Facebook. If they are on Instagram, you also have to do the same. So the best thing is knowing where your target markets are. You are going to be meeting them there rather than for them meeting you where you are. And the next thing is how much do you want to make from the business and in a particular time? Now, this arena will set you straight. The arena will tell you the business you are in. The arena will show you the problems that you're going to be solving for people. The arena will show you the social media that you're going to be dominating. And the arena will also show you how much you want to make from the business and in a particular time. Now, this is what I did last year when I launched my first online course. The course titled How to Create Convertible Ads Yourself. And looking at who are my target market and what am the problem I'm solving for them. My target markets are just small business owners as of that time, because come on, I work with big brands now. But back then it was just like a small business, the startups. I just want to help them save costs, because they used to come to us for ads, to create adverts for them. And when you come to me, I am going to charge you for my service. So what I did was, instead of you paying me for the service, let me show you how you can run this advert yourself so that it's going to save you money. So you see the problem I'm solving for them. Mine is well spelled out. I know the people that I am talking to, they are just startups. And I know the problem I'm solving for them. I want to help them save costs. And how much do I want to make in a month? That's my own plan. What I did was, I told myself, with this online course, I want to make 1 million in the first month. That was the target for me. I want to make 1 million in the first month. Now, the cost as of that time was 7,500. That was the cost. 7,500. Now, the next thing for me is to do my vehicle, is to do my marketing. Now, what I did in the vehicle now is, how can I get there? I already have an arena. I already have where I want to be active on. I already have the business. I already have the course. Just like you already have your business. You already have the shoe that you're selling. You already have the course. You already have the services that you want to render to people. The next step for you is, how can you get there? How can you get there? And that is the vehicle for you. What is going to be the drive that will get you to where you want to be? All right. And for me, this is what I said. I am going to use a strategy called a lead magnet strategy. I believe that maybe some of you might know what it means. Okay. You guys can see that the ebook. You guys can see the flyer. Okay. So what I did was, I created a free ebook on, the title of that free ebook was how to target like a boss. How to target like a boss. How to create your targeting like a pro. Kind of a pro or boss. It's last year. I don't think I could remember exactly what I have in that free ebook. So I already know how much I want to make in a month. I already know the course that I've created. So what is going to drive me into making the 1 million in a month? Now, this is what I did. I created a free course that will get people to me. Now, here is the thing. Everybody loves free things in this country. We all love free things. So I decided to use my lead magnet strategy to get a lot of people into my email platform, all right, email list. I got about 2,000 something before I launched my product. Now, the next strategy that I also used was, I started I engaged myself into free webinar. I had this free training that I do, and at the end of the day, I will tell people about my course. I also did some live sections on Instagram, and I also, I did some live sessions on Instagram. I did free webinar. I gave out my free ebook just to get people's attention. The lead magnet is called a bribe. If you don't want to stress yourself about it, what it simply means is a bribe. I give you the bribe. You will just sign up using your email and phone number and your name. So I used this, and I got about 2,000 something entrepreneurs into my list. And that was how I was able to make my more than 1 million when I launched my product. All right. So now the next thing I said to myself is, I already know that a lot of people are into this course. People already created how to run your advert yourself. People already created how to run ad. In fact, there are so many competitors, both international and locally. There are so many people saying, I will teach you how to create Facebook ads. I will teach you how to run Instagram ad. So what I did was, I have to coin my own differentiator. What is going to be different from mine and other people? So in your business now, when you look at your strategy, you have to consider the differentiator. You have to differentiate yourself from other people, all right? And what I did in my own case was, when I offered people my course, I told them that if you sign up, if you enroll in this course, I am going to give you a 1 month support for every student. So this differentiator was the trigger for me, because Creating ad is more technical. A lot of people don't really know how to create ad. So some people are new to it and they need support. So what I did was I took an advantage of that, because what my people used to do, or my competitors used to do, is they will offer you the course and they will tell you to go and do it yourself. So what I did was I found out the weakness that they already have in their own strategy. I used it against them and I created a 1-month support. So if you enroll in this course, definitely I'm going to help you for 1 month. So, and I believe that 1 month, you must have at least launched your first ad. Okay. And guess what? When I launched this course, I think you guys can see the screen. I have more than 300 people that sign up for that course. Now you have to do your math, okay? 300 people, more than 308 people that have signed up for that online course. And if you do your math very well, I think it's about 1 point something, I don't know, but I know that I have made more than that in that 1 month. All right.
That's wonderful.
So
that's wonderful.
I have made more than that in that 1 month. So this is an actionable strategy that worked for me. Let me take that again from the start. I talked about the arena. I talked about the vehicle. I talked about the differentiators. So the arena is you knowing what to do and when to do it. Just like me, I already have a course that I want to offer people, knowing my target market and the problem that I want to solve for them. Now, my arena helped me to know the product I am going to give them. My arena also helped me to know the social media that I'm going to be more active on, and how much I want to make in a month, and again, the specific timing. Then the vehicle, now, what it did for me was, it gave me the drive. How can I get these people that will give me the millions that I want? How can I get them? And the differentiator helped me to differentiate my product from other people. So in that your product now, or in that your services or your courses now, you have to look at what others are already offering people for you to take leverage. You have to pick the weakness that they have, that place that they are not really touching. Pick it up and use it as a differentiator. It is going to trigger people to do what? To jump on your own offer. So I don't know. I hope we're active now. Okay. I don't know.
Yes,
but
they surely are.
This is exactly how I got myself more than 1 million in a month using this strategy. And I believe that if you are a business coach, if you are a creator, if you are selling products, if you're selling services, I just handed you my strategy. All you need to do is work on these 3 things. It's actually 5 though, but the remaining 2 is more technical, okay? And I wouldn't want to confuse us. I'm a fan of simplicity. I like to break things down. So I just handed you over the strategy that will work for you. And I can guarantee you that if you take these 3 steps, the arena, the vehicle, and the differentiator, it is going to be a booster for your business. Thank you so much, Eco Innovation.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So we've been listening to Precious. I thank you so very much for giving us this strategy that's been so effective for you. So like you said, we have to take a 3-step approach to it. Of course, looking at the arenas, the vehicle, the differentiators. And like you said, in this example of yours, you used a lead generation funnel, I think, in which you shared a free lead, and that lead was more or less your bribe that enabled you to get a lot of people's emails, and you engaged with those people, and you eventually you eventually had up to 300 signups on your course, and that's made you more than ₦1 million, right?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Okay, thank you. That's very beautiful. So for all those in the audience who are into info marketing, who are into selling knowledge, because of course, knowledge is something that people pay top dollar for, but we have Precious here to thank for giving us this free bit of knowledge. Definitely, knowledge is something that's very valuable. And if you would like to sell your knowledge, you can also follow this very tactic, and you can also follow Precious on her personal social media when she dishes out more knowledge. So, of course, we have a lot of people in the audience with a lot of questions, I can imagine. So, of course, if you have a question, I would like you to raise your hands, and one by one, my colleague is going to let you speak. And when you do speak, you can deliver your question. So, we'd like you to deliver your question in less than 30 seconds, in about 30 seconds. Okay, let's start. The first person should be Mr. Dari.
Hello.
Okay, so please, Tito, please, can you, my colleague is going to
Yes, she has
allow some of
you've
you.
allowed me to be able to
Okay,
unmute myself.
okay,
All right.
please ask the question.
All right. Good evening. Thank you so much, Eco Innovation and Ms. Precious for this amazing session. So my question is, it can really be scary. I don't know if you could just talk more about fear when you are still in doubt, you are scared to go out. You're like, oh, people say, and maybe you can just talk more in testing the idea, because you spoke about, going back to your drawing board. Sorry, they're showing knockouts here. Going back to your drawing board. Can you hear me?
Okay, start again. I can hear you now.
Yeah, we can hear you. Okay.
Yeah, so I was talking about, testing your ideas. For those of us that are scared to test our ideas, and why we need to go back to the drawing board, because, you spoke about Coca-Cola when they noticed there was.
Can you hear him?
Are you there?
Talk more about before we go out. Did you guys hear that?
It's breaking.
No,
Did you hear
please.
that, Elvis?
No, please repeat just one more time.
Okay, so I was asking, what can we do in relation to fear? Fear, for those of us that are scared to start, and also going back to the drawing board to improve, just like your analogy with Coca-Cola. When they noticed that a lot of people were complaining about sugar, they went back to the drawing board.
Great.
Okay. I'm going to answer this question with a question. Are you there? Are you there? Sorry. Hello? Are you there?
Hello, Mr. Dari. Are you there?
Are you there?
Yes, I am. So they just allow me to unmute myself. Yes, I am.
Okay. Now, the question is, I want to ask you, before I answer this question for you, is, are you already in business?
Yes, I'm already in business.
Okay, here is the thing. Just like I said in that the analysis, if you are scared to go back to the drawing board, come on. The right question in there for you is, the right answer for you is, where you are right now, are you okay with it?
No, I'm not.
Then, and I know that you want to do everything possible to make your business work. At the end of the day, listen, people, just like I said in the when I was starting that, people can, invest in the business when they feel like they have the money. But the truth is that if your business is not making you money, you just have to be realistic. You are going out of business. You are going out of business. So look at it this way. My business is important to me because, come on, I have things to achieve. I have goals I want to make from this business. Other people doing this business, they are really doing well. My competitors are buying the latest cars. They are doing this and they are doing that, and it's working for them. Now, in my own case, if I cannot do it, then I don't think you have an option. It's either you go out of business or you just have to take up the mantle and do it. Then if you feel like you don't really know the strategy to do that, maybe you can hire someone to do that analysis for you, to do that marketing research for you. But the truth is that there is no sugarcoating it, because I am a fan of, I don't know how to sugarcoat things. I say it the way it is. Bro, if you are not doing this, you are going out of business. So think about it. What do I want to achieve from my business? I have invested a whole lot of money. How can I get my money back? What is going to be my return on investment? Come on. If the business is not giving you that, if the strategy you have now is not doing that for you, that means you have to change it. That means you have to start doing something different for you to be able to get a different result. I'm not going to tell you, if you are scared, maybe you can just leave it. No, it is just one thing. If you are okay with where you are, then it's okay for you. But if you know that you are not getting enough results from the strategy that you are currently using. Now, let me say something. I think I didn't say this when I was having this session with you guys. Some entrepreneurs believe that posting on social media is a marketing strategy. And I am here to counter that. It is a pure lie. Even if you be active 24 hours 7. If you don't have a workable strategy that is working for you, come on, you are definitely going out of business. All right. So my answer to you is that if you are okay with where you are, which I know you are not, then the next thing is for you to do all you can for your brand to work. You have to do something different at this time. Yeah, Danry, right? Danry.
All right. All right. Thank you very much for that. So, Dari, like she said, you have to consider the other side of not switching up to a viable strategy. It means that you go out of business, and we really don't want you to go out of business. So please try to switch over to a viable marketing strategy that works. So we'd like to respect Mrs. Precious's time. So we'll just take just one or two more questions. So we'll take just one more question. Please raise your hands. My colleague is going to let you to speak.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Hello.
We can hear you.
This is Samuel. This is Omalade. Thanks for the privilege to be at the meeting with you.
All right, welcome.
Precious for the insights you actually given us this evening. We're really grateful about that. So shortly, I just want to ask a question to which I've been facing as a major challenge while in my career, as an entrepreneur. So we're into software development anyway. So
Elvis, can you hear him? Because he's breaking from my end.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you faintly. Please try to speak louder and remove any blockages from your mouthpiece.
All right.
So please go again quickly. Thank you. Yes, I can. Thank you.
I said we are into software development as a team. I have a team. We're into software development.
Okay.
All right.
Build some products to which we've actually go to some firms to our target audience to actually advertise our product to them.
Okay.
But some challenge you are facing is this. Number one is our culture. Can you hear me, ma?
Okay, I can hear you now. Go on.
Some major challenge we were facing while meeting our target audience, the firms we were actually approaching. Number one major challenge is our stature. How do I mean? I mean, we approaching them, they look like, who are these young boys coming to pitch this to us? Like, they see us as small kids anyways. That's number one. Though some people actually gave us audience, we've been able to work with some people, and yes, our product is working fine for them. But now we are trying to going back to the drawing board to actually renovate some things to how can we actually improve ourselves such that we will really overcome this, looking down on us like these people are kids. So we're actually thinking of maybe trying to get some maybe tech cloth or getting some maybe certificates from other people so that we can actually render to them. So that's some of our plans. And we're actually thinking of maybe we actually will maybe maybe deploy the system for them for free. And when they are using it, they pay for us because we need more target audience. So these are some of the plans we've actually been trying to work on. So my question now is, as young entrepreneurs like this, how do you approach all the big firms such that they will not look down on you like, these are kids, they don't really have much to offer? That's my question, please.
Okay. I really love this question because it's just pointed somewhere that I touched in this. At this point in your life, I want to ask, do you people have a social proof? Ma? Do you have people that you've worked for?
Yes, ma. We are working for some people currently, ma.
Okay. Do you have a social proof, like testimonials?
No, ma.
Okay. This is the last that you guys have. You cannot, let me not get ahead of myself. First, everybody are not meant to give you audience. You just have to make peace with that. All right. You just have to make peace with that. And you guys shouldn't allow that to reduce or demoralize you at this point. But I think if you are going to reach out to the big guys in the industry, you are going to come up with something. You're going to show them reviews. You're going to show them, like, you're going to have testimonials, for them to believe that, okay, it's worth their time. Because guess what? Time is money for them. Wow. Okay, time is money for them. They're not going to allow you to, they don't know you. Do you understand? They don't know you. So giving you that audience is not going to be easier for them, because they will just believe that, who is these people? They are going to waste our time. And they value that time so much. Now, this is the strategy. Something you said here that, okay, you want to offer something for free. I think that you guys should come up with something and give people as a lead magnet. I said this thing here. Okay. Lead magnet is a bribe. Now, let me say something. I am a business coach, right? And I want to get people to listen to me. Just take, for instance, I am new. I don't have enough testimonies to prove myself. Because if you are online, come on, if you are in business, you have a lot of proving to make. You have to show people that you are credible. I'm sorry, but that's true. When you know all these things, it's going to help you come prepared. Okay? If you know all this, it's going to help you come prepared. You don't have a social proof to show them. No, like I said, let's assume that I'm a new business coach and I'm just fighting for that audience. I want people to listen to me. The easiest way for me to get that done is to use my lead magnet strategy. Like I said, lead magnet is a bribe. So what you do is, I just coined out a section from my course that will show people how to create adverts themselves, or that will help them with the targeting. Now, whoever that will download that free ebook or that report, whoever that will download it is 100% my audience. All right. One thing I know here is that you guys have not gotten your marketing right, because once you do the lead magnet thing, then the next thing is your email. All of them will fall back into your funnel, and the email sequence and how to keep selling to them, or keep telling them about your product will come forth. And if you don't know how to get that done, if you don't know how to create that funnel, is a problem for you. So I think what you guys should do is to get marketing knowledge. You need it. Forget about you guys being small. There is nothing like small in this game at all. Don't even allow anybody to tell you something like that. There is nothing like small. What you guys don't have is you guys have not presented yourself the way you should have. There is no social proof. There is nothing. There is no strategy that will at least get people to join into you, to enter your funnel, so you can be able to market to them via your email. All right. So forget about being a small boy. Trust me. There is a way you present your case online, and people will look at you, and people will come for you, and people will beg for your time. Okay. So what you don't have, like I said, is a marketing strategy. You don't have an effective marketing that works. You don't have it. There's no step. Okay. This is what we're doing now. This is how we're going to follow up on the email. This is this is that. You just need to have that. And again, if you work with people and they are good, they are okay with your service, I beg, ask them, beg them for a social proof. It's very important in every marketing. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Ma. I'm really happy, Ma. It really answered my question.
Right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. So Precious just reiterated on what she said, that you need a lot of social proof. If you do have a presence online as a business or as an entrepreneur, you do need social proof. You need your customers, your paying customers or your paying clients to give testimonials, to give social proof. And you have to always show, whenever you meet with potential clients or customers, that you have the competence. You have to always present yourself as somebody with competence. It doesn't matter what your stature is or what you look like. People pay for competence. People pay for value. And
it's not about you. That's it. It's not about you. Just take yourself away from the picture. It's about what you have. Okay, there's a way you're going to package yourself, and people are coming for what you have. Now, guess what? People are not paying you for your size. All right? People are paying you for solving their problems. All right.
Absolutely.
So if you solve their problem, package the problem you solved, and people will get to you. That's it.
Absolutely, absolutely. People pay for value. People pay for competence, of course. So we're glad that Precious pointed that out to us. And once again, for people who are into services, service industry, it's very important that you do take on the lead generation strategy. It's a very relevant strategy
Very,
when it comes
very.
to when it comes to increasing your sales. So I would like to thank everyone who has been here. I would really love to take more questions, but we're really pressed for time. I'd really like to thank everyone who has taken the time to come out here. I would like to thank Precious for taking the time. Usually our webinars take 1 hour, but she's been so gracious enough to give us more than an hour, almost 1 hour, 30 minutes. We can't thank you enough, Precious. Thank you so very much for being here. Thank you so very much for all this value. So I'd like to thank you all for being here. This is the very last webinar of our Tech Biz series this year. And if you'd like to join our community on Telegram, the links are there in the chat box. You can join Tech Biz Nation community. You can also later on view recordings and this presentation. You can go to www.ecoicenter.com/webinar. And you can also follow Precious. Precious is known popularly as Precious is Marketing on almost any social media handle. So please do find Precious. Precious dishes out a lot of knowledge, and Precious has a lot of great courses where you can further your marketing knowledge. As she said, in order to really succeed out here, to know the strategies that are relevant for your kind of business, you need the relevant kind of knowledge. So you can always visit Precious's page. She always has a lot of great value to dish out. Precious, if you don't mind, in the chat box, you can send links to your handles on social media so that people can contact you. People will really like to know how to contact you on any social media platform. So please don't hesitate to visit Precious and get more and more knowledge from her. And of course, for more of our webinars over the holidays, we expect that you're going to watch more of our previous webinars and previous presentations. Once again, you can go to www.ecoicenter.com/webinar. We'd like to thank you all once again for coming here, and we hope to see you this same way once again next year. So from myself, Elvis, and from everyone at Eco Innovation Center, I'd like to say goodbye and have a wonderful holiday. Thank you, Precious. Thank you, everyone.
Marketing. Okay, they are asking. It's just Precious is marketing, one word. Precious is marketing, all right? That is my Instagram handle. My Twitter handle is just presh.marketing. Presh is marketing. Okay, so my LinkedIn is Precious is marketing. My Instagram is Precious is marketing. My Facebook is Precious is marketing. It is just Twitter that is is marketing because you cannot type that long word there. All right, guys. All right, I'm so happy to meet you guys, and thank you, Eco Innovation Center, for making this possible for them. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. So from everyone at Eco Innovation Center, from Precious is Marketing, I'd like to thank you and say goodbye. See you next year, 2021. Goodbye. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.